This is the Petty Outdoors Podcast. Three, two, one, we're live. What's going on, everybody? Joined here by my co-host, Mr. Brian Sweeney today. Brian, how you doing, man?
Doing good, bud.
Good deal. Been a while since we've been on the podcast here. Had a lot going on. Season's over now, but still got it clear in our mind from last year, huh, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ready to get back at it, but now I'm starting to get the fishing bug, man. I don't know. Still cold, but I'm ready to get in the water.
I've been ready I was ready for hunting. The season was out.
I hear you. I went down to the creek yesterday and over by my work just to see if anything would bite. And, of course, it didn't. But at least I was down there trying anyway.
Yeah. Hey, I just get a pole and the water feels good, don't it?
That's all that matters, man. Gotta get out there.
Yes, sir.
We both had a lot going on. I think you just got over the bug.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be done with it.
I hear you,
Hopefully
man.
I'm through with it.
I believe all that stuff's about played out myself.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
But I just got back a week ago yesterday having a baby. Well, just got back home. We had him on the 25th of January. Had some little issues with his breathing and whatnot, but had some doctors, man, at Ascension St. Thomas that just second to none, and they got him where he needed to be.
Good deal, man.
He's in there right now, just having a good old time.
Good deal. Is he keeping his oxygen up and everything?
As far as I know, they told us when we left there that we just needed to get that out of our minds. That we even went through that.
Right.
But he was in there for what was it? Almost a week, I believe.
About a week.
Maybe a little over a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, they told us just get it out of our minds and kind of let it go, and that's what we've tried to do.
Sometimes when they're a little early like that, man, we went through the same thing. And it's scary.
Yeah,
but
it is.
It's usually they don't have any problems and come right out of it.
Yeah, it's a scary situation, but it's part of. I guess that's part of having kids. You went through something like that with J-Mo, didn't
you? Yeah, he was a little early, and he was right at 7 weeks early, and he just premature lungs.
Yeah, same situation here.
Yeah, exactly. He was in NICU for 5 or 6 days, and then he matured, and he never had any more problems.
That's awesome, man. Those doctors, they're something else.
Yeah.
They don't bat an eye at stuff like that. It's just every day for them,
Yeah, I was totally, we got him home, and it was probably, I say he didn't have any more problems. When he was like 3 months old, he had viral pneumonia.
Yeah.
And he actually quit breathing in the middle of the night. But that was, I don't know that had anything to do with his premature lungs, but
right.
But they put a heart monitor on him for a couple of weeks, and he was fine.
Yeah. That's a scary deal, though, man.
Yeah.
There's a few doctors in particular that I'd like to mention here. They work at Ascension St. Thomas, Nashville, Tennessee. Dr. Brian Cosner was his main doctor. He's just an all-around great guy, man. He's at a time where we was having a real hard time getting through the day. He made it very easy on us.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Another one was Dr. Kendall Graham, and he was amazing as well. I think he was more in like the surgeon part of it, and he'd done some things to him to get him through, but nothing too serious. But yeah, man, if you doctors happen to hear this, we really appreciate it. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. And the things you do for these babies is amazing.
Were they both pediatric doctors?
They were, yeah.
What was
they
that
both
last
worked in NICU.
Yeah.
They I looked up one of them on Facebook. I thought about adding him, but I didn't want to get in too deep with him.
Right.
But yeah, man, it means a whole lot to me.
Absolutely.
About deer hunting now. Let's change the subject a little bit, I guess. I got in my feelings a little bit there for a second. We'll get back to deer hunting. This year we had a pretty good year, man.
Yes, we did. a lot of fun.
Yeah, got some deer on the ground. Got some kids out in the woods.
Absolutely. I got back to killing something this year finally.
Yeah. It's been a couple years for you, hasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it has.
Killed your first one with a muzzleloader this year?
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
Yep, and heck, it's been a couple years since I killed any, but
you
felt good.
come back alive this year, that's for sure.
Yes, sir. Had a lot of fun.
We had one hunt in particular that we probably won't ever have another one like.
I mean, a good one.
6 point. He was a 4 point, wasn't he?
4 point, yeah. But he's big bodied.
Oh yeah, he was a big old deer. We seen him for what, 2 or 3 months before you finally killed him.
Yeah, seen him, got him on camera several times, and I actually thought he was a 6-pointer.
I did too.
When I shot him,
I did too.
Yeah.
He had a nice little rack on him, and he was yours. I think you're the first one that seen him in person.
Yeah,
You're a muzzleloader. You let him go, didn't you?
Yeah, seen him a couple times in muzzleloader, and yeah.
Oh, it all worked out like it needed to. That's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
That was a hunt that we'll never forget.
Yeah, I think you had. It was after that, I believe, though. I was gonna say you had a little trouble with your gun this year. Scope.
Yeah. What was it? 2 weeks before. 2 weeks, I think, before the 4-pointer, we missed that one out of the shooting house.
Yep.
2 weeks. And, ended up with. We made a video of it, but about shooting about 10 inches low. My gun got bumped around, and I should have checked it before we took it in, but shot it and hunted with it, but I didn't, and that's the price you pay. But we got lucky on it. Deer was clean. It barely. I think I barely nicked him on his leg. But
yeah, I believe he made it.
Yeah, I believe he was in good shape. But we got it zeroed in and capitalized a couple weeks later. So
that's all that matters.
Feel good about it. Yeah.
Bounce back.
Yeah.
We're sitting there, and I'll touch on it a little bit. So we got your gun sighted in there. You shot that 6 point or the 4 point with your rifle, right?
Yep.
We got it sighted in that day after you hit that deer low, and like you said, it's about a foot low.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
You went right back in there and drilled that next one.
Yeah.
Got him good.
Yeah.
We come out of the woods there, and I was able to get a doe on the ground. Not 10 minutes after you shot that.
Yeah, at least 10. Not even that long, probably.
It was a fun hunt, man.
Real fun. Whoa.
You all right over there? We are, if we ever make it to Joe Rogan status, we will definitely have to look back to stuff like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We're just to give you a little idea of what's going on here. I'm looking at skill saws, chop saws, a bunch of totes, old washer.
Christmas decorations.
Yeah, we're sitting in my barn in my backyard. It's probably 20 degrees outside. We got a little heater in here and ran an extension cord out to it.
You got to start somewhere.
Hey, that's right.
Hey, it's a perfect little place.
Yeah. But give me a couple months, we'll have it dressed up a little better.
Oh yeah, I already see a lot of stuff happening.
A lot of potential. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We'll have fun with it. That's what this is all about, man.
Yeah.
Just get out and have fun.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to doing some fishing videos and some fishing podcasts.
Absolutely. What's your favorite kind of fishing?
Man, I'm gonna say catfishing and probably 50-50 bass catfishing.
What's your first memories of fishing? How'd you start out?
Oh wow, man, that was probably
a long time ago, huh?
I'm gonna say I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and me and one of my little brothers, Scott, we used to. My uncle used to take us. Man, we'd spend the night with him. He'd get up and take us at daylight. We'd be out on Percy Priest out there, fishing, and heck, back then we might fish all day, not catch nothing,
right?
But we'd bring a lunch with us, and we had to just have a blast with it.
Yeah. It seems like you don't remember the things you caught, or you remember what went with the whole deal.
Yeah. I can remember Well, right out there on Smith Springs Road.
That's where I started my fishing.
Is it?
Yeah, same
So,
place.
If you go right past Bell Road, right there on the right.
That's that pump station.
Yeah, man. I've been fishing there since I was 7 years old. Probably 6 years old.
Really?
Yeah. My little brother caught a carp right there, bigger than he was one day.
Wow. There's some big fish in there.
If you right off of Smith, there's a little parking lot you can pull in right there.
Yeah.
Well, we parked there, but
we did too.
If you walk down Smith Springs Road, there's a little bridge right there.
Right. Yep.
We fished off that bridge.
We did too.
And it had concrete run down in
real
the water.
little tight spot. Yeah.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Scott, he probably wouldn't 8 or I probably wouldn't 8 or 10. So I was probably 10. He might have been 8. But he caught a carp. I want to say it was him. That might have been my uncle, but I believe it was my little brother. But my uncle tried to get him in, and we couldn't get him in. We got him up on the concrete there, the concrete that goes down, and we looked at him and everything. But we had an old makeshift net out of a 10-speed bicycle rim.
Oh heck!
I will never forget it. And they wrestled with him over there, but we looked at him, and back then, man, that thing, the way I remember it now, that thing was huge, but
there's some big fish over there. It's not very deep either.
No, I've seen it when it was no water in it.
Me too.
The drought, when it was way back, and it's not very deep at all, but we sure had a lot of fun over there.
Oh yeah. You know what brings them in is that pump station.
Yeah.
Sewage treatment plant.
Yeah.
It's nasty, but
we
never ate them out of there.
Right, no.
Yeah, we had a lot of good times over there too. I think they used to tie me to the bank they put a life jacket on me and tie me up to the bank so I couldn't fall in the water.
Is that right?
Right there and over there off of Lebanon Road. Walk through that big field and walk down to I think it was, what was that, a creek or?
That's Stones River.
Stones River, that's it.
Yeah. Me and your dad was talking about that not long ago. We worked over there.
Really?
And, well, it's probably been a year ago now, but we worked right there at where y'all fished at.
I'd like to go back over there and see what it looks like now.
Yeah.
That was a big mud bank, just kind of sloped off. It was real slick.
Yeah. I think they built a lot of houses back in there now and stuff. Well, I know they have across the road, but I don't even know if you can get back in. You might be able to. I'm not sure, but
I remember years ago we were over there and we took this tells you how times have changed. Yeah. Just some random, don't even know whose land it was or whatever,
right.
But we walked back through there and Dad took a 22 with us, trying to kill groundhogs. I was just a little far. It was before 2000.
Right.
For sure, when we was doing all that.
I remember when y'all used to hunt over there a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had good times,
when y'all used to fish over there, not hunt.
Yeah.
Fish.
Well, we hunted too, groundhogs.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Probably wasn't supposed to, but we did.
Hey.
Over off Smith Springs Road, this is totally off subject, but I used to have a nightmare about that place.
Really?
Just about every night I dreamed the same dream. I'd lay down and dream that I fell in the water right there and couldn't swim.
Wow.
I hadn't had it in a long time, but it's weird how your brain works when you're a kid.
I don't know if you remember or not, but when you go into that place, when you turn off of Murfreesboro Road onto Old Murfreesboro Road, and then Old Murfreesboro Road turns onto Smith Springs Road.
Right.
There used to be a little store right there.
I do. I remember exactly what you're talking about.
Do you remember that store?
I think I do.
That's I M Smith and Sons. It was an older couple that owned that store. The house right next to that was my grandparents'.
Really?
That's where I grew up.
I think I remember the story you're talking about. I'm not 100% sure.
It was red, and it set right on the road, and right across the street was a Ellis gas station. It was been out of service for years, but it was historical.
Yeah.
And they come through there and repaved and kind of redid that area, and they jacked that building up and scooted it back and put it back down because it was historical.
Really?
Yeah. But they tore my grandparents' house down, and across the street there was a guy that had a little body shop, and he worked on Volkswagens. I'll never forget it. He had all kinds of Volkswagens sitting out there. When we moved up here to the country out here in Eagleville, my grandparents came out here, moved out here. He bought that place and tore that house down, man. That house is actually in some Hank Williams Jr. movies. Hank Williams movies, I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah. It's the one that's real popular, and I can't think of the name of it right now. But yeah, at that house, they got married in the living room in that house.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, I was really young, but that house is on that movie. It sure is.
I'm an old soul, man. I wish I'd lived back in them times.
Right.
I think you was telling me that ain't that where you got you starting hunting originally?
It is.
Oh, bird hunting in the backyard.
Bird hunting in that right there.
Yeah.
Right there in that backyard. Dad, my aunt lived behind us. So it was my grandmother's house right on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
The store on the corner, her next door. My dad's house was right behind theirs. And their backyard was a hill that went down. It went way down. So if you go down past our house and turn left, the first driveway would have been my aunt's driveway, which was at the backyard at the bottom of the hill.
Kind of backed up to it. Huh?
Right. Yeah, the properties backed up to each other. Yeah. So it was snowing out, and I said, I want to go to Rose's. She used to watch us while my dad worked, so we was down there a lot. They said, okay, but go on down there and get in. It's cold out. I said, okay.
I bet you didn't listen.
I didn't listen. Before I got done, I had a bucket full of birds. I was out there for an hour and a half shooting birds.
Really?
Yeah. He'd have whooped me if he didn't know. When he found out, he was upset with me.
Really?
He was, yeah.
Did you find out recently after? Or?
Yeah. We didn't take him long. When he seen that bucket of birds, he was really upset.
Yeah. Man, I used to do the same thing. I'd hide them in shoes and everything. We had a neighbor over there. We're talking not 2 miles from downtown Nashville, and I'm in the backyard just blasting birds all day. I used to get up before daylight and go set up on them back there like I was really doing something. Yeah, we had a neighbor come over one day. I guess it was when the birds were running through there real good or whatever. And I probably killed 30 or 40 of them in his backyard.
Oh, my goodness.
So he came over and told my mom I need to come over there and grab them. So I did.
You went over and cleaned them up?
I did, yeah. I think I might have gotten in a little trouble for that one.
That's funny.
Yeah. He couldn't give me no BB gun for nothing when I was a kid. Something was going to die.
Yeah. My little brother, I won't never forget it. But during that same time, my dad had his old Torino, I think, and we was out there shooting birds one day, and he shot the window plumb smooth out of my daddy's car. Oh boy!
I could imagine how that went.
That didn't go over good. Oh man, I think we both got in trouble for that one.
You talking about Scotty?
Yeah.
Oh, Scotty.
He'll probably be listening to this. He'll remember.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll remember the feeling he got when he got tore up too.
Yep. I mean, it was. Ooh, shot. I mean, plumb out. I will never forget it. Pasture window, I think he shot it plumb out. I don't know how in the world. Golly.
My granddad used to get on me all the time if I take a BB gun up his house. He'd tell me all the time if I shoot a window out, he's gonna cut some certain parts off of me that I had. So I never did shoot no windows out up there.
You was careful.
I was very careful. Yeah. It's amazing, man, how kids nowadays don't really get their starts like that no more.
No.
I guess it's good and bad in a way.
Yeah, and I wouldn't do it now for nothing, and I would try to steer any kids away if they was doing it,
Right.
But at the same time, it taught us a lot.
Oh, yeah. Patience, as far as shooting and stuff.
It
I mean, everything.
It did. I mean, we like you said, we was really doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, but I guess there's better ways.
Yeah, there
squirrel hunting.
Squirrel hunting. Yeah. Small game.
Yeah.
I remember the first bird I ever shot. I had a little Red Ryder Daisy, the one that had lever actions.
Yeah.
I shot it in my neighbor's yard, and I jumped the fence, went and grabbed it. It was a dove, and I was excited. Went in there and told Mom and them,
Yeah.
And I don't think they was a big fan of it.
Right.
But we took it to my granddad, if I remember correctly, and Mr. Sullivan, and I don't know if he cooked it or he told me how to cook it or what. I was probably 4 or 5 years old. I was young. But I ended up eating it. Yeah. They made me eat it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I ever killed any good eating. But Michael did. Our brother, he killed a quail one time. I'll never forget.
Really?
I was little. Down there in Hickman County, right there on that bridge. As you turned into
Snake Bridge.
Yeah. And I wasn't there that weekend, but Richard and all of them was. Your daddy was probably there.
Yeah.
But Yeah, they said it's a big old quail.
Huh.
Yeah.
They eat him?
I bet they did. I don't. I'm pretty sure they did. Paul, lived there, so I'm sure he. But I won't never forget it. Michael had a lever action BB gun, looked like a 30-30.
Really?
Yeah. I ain't seen one. I have seen one. I've seen one since at the old flea market, and I was gonna buy it just because of that. You know what I mean? But it didn't work. I should have bought it anyway.
Yeah.
But it was old lever action. But it looked like a regular 30-30. Look real.
Huh. Like one of them new Henry things. They got those out now.
Yeah.
It's different from back then, though. Them old guns back in the day was a lot better, I feel like.
Yeah. That reminds me, my dad found one of them old, like it Red Ryder you're talking about.
Yeah.
Scotty had a Red Ryder, but Daddy found an even older one, that same style, lever action. But he found it out in a field somewhere, and he took that thing and it was warped. The sun had warped it. That's how it was. One of them small ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He took that thing and repainted it, and he put that stock in the oven and bent that thing back down straight. I'll never forget that. And that BB gun worked. It worked. Yeah, it worked. It was one of them little bitty short.
I think they're called bucks or something now.
Probably, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I can't remember. I think there's something like that.
I had forgotten all about that till we just. That's all right.
You used to spend a lot of time up there in Hickman County with.
I did, man.
Paul and stuff, didn't you?
We actually lived up there when I was in first grade. I started school up there, and spent a lot of time over there at where we hunt at now, at the farm over there. But yeah. I actually killed my first bird there. I think I was telling you about it. Yeah. So that's probably my memories right there. It's right there where we hunt at now.
You said Paul's dog found that before you did.
I went Richard up there the other day. Them power lines that goes back there to that house. It's right there in that driveway. I pinpointed it pretty close to where I shot it at right there, but it fell down on that bank. And it was a lot of briars and stuff up in there and brush. I couldn't find it. Went down there and told Paul, and he brought his dog up there, sat right on it.
Get right on it, huh?
Just didn't take him 10 seconds.
He probably had him trained for all that kind of stuff.
Probably, yeah. He sit right on it.
There's a lot of good times that happen right there in that holler, man. That's where you got your biggest buck at, right there close.
Yep.
He ended up falling right there, probably what, 50, 60 yards?
In his back door, just about. Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
He was watching over you that day.
Yeah. Got 2 that weekend.
Sure did. I remember that.
Yeah, 7-pointer on Friday evening, and got that 8-pointer, the one that's on my wall, Saturday morning.
I killed my biggest buck right there on the top of that hill.
Really?
Yeah, not 100 yards from his house.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that one that's in there on my wall now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I shot him, I think it was 2016 is when I shot him. But he's chasing a doe right there across the hill.
Yeah.
That muzzleloader got now.
Really? Man, I remember when we used to hunt, when I was a kid, we used to hunt back in there, wasn't near the deer that there is now, or that there was a couple years ago before the,
CWD or whatever.
Yeah. But, wasn't even, it was, you rarely seen them.
Yeah.
But, I remember, when we lived, like I was telling you, we lived up there, and Lester, he got him a deer after him and Paul come over and would stay with us sometimes. And I think they was, the best I remember, they was coming up the driveway, had a real long driveway right there. If you look off the interstate there at Bucksnort before you get off,
right,
it was you can still see the chimney standing over at the old house. Had a real long driveway, and best I remember, they was coming in and they seen that there was a little doe, and Lester, he was a good shot. He always was a good shot. I think he shot it right in the spine, dropped it.
22?
Yeah, 22.
That's how they used to do it back in the day.
I remember Paul hanging it up out there and had an old smokehouse out there. I think he hung it outside that old smokehouse and skinned it.
Cleaned it out?
Yeah, cleaned it right there.
Man. Don't you wish you had some videos of that stuff?
Oh, man. That's the kind of stuff that
That's why we video like we do now.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Because in what 50, 60 years from now, there's going to be somebody that's going to be wanting to watch something like that.
Man, our kids, or our kids, you know, it's
we'll probably be gone.
Yeah,
but it'll still be around somewhere or another.
I'd give anything to have some of those memories on film, man.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I remember, man, we never really done a lot of filming, but we used to fish or hunt every weekend.
Yeah.
And some of the memories that I've got, if we had on camera, it wouldn't be replaceable if I had it, you know.
Right. And you imagine our kids, being able to. You can tell them all day, but if they could see it, man,
it's different. It's different if they can look at it.
Me and Richard used to hunt when we was 16 or 17. We hunt just about every weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, we live for it, you know. And we drive from Nashville to Hickman County to do it. You know, we get up 3 o'clock in the morning and be there way before daylight.
Yeah.
And
it's a lifestyle, man.
Yeah, man.
Live by it.
I wouldn't take nothing for it.
No, ain't no way. I remember I was a kid, man. I was 9 years old when I killed my first deer. We used to go, we was either hunting, fishing, we was doing something every weekend, but I was down there in Lincoln County. You know, back then, that was a high quality property.
Right.
Hickman County didn't have many deer back then.
Right.
But we go down there, and I think it was the first time I'd went out with the gun that I got, brand new 30-30. And went in the stand 5 minutes, had mom and dad with me, put one down.
Imagine if they'd have been filming that.
If they'd have been filming that, man.
That's, when you think about it, that's something that we got to do more of, man.
Yeah.
We got to get, you know, even my boys, as old as they are, I think that they've got some, you know, like, well, he's killed a deer before, and I think he's still got some in him. You know, he's too busy right now, but I think he's still got some hunting days left.
Oh
in him,
yeah, I bet he does.
And I'm gonna do my best to get it on video.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Well, I want to get him in the woods bad, man.
Yeah.
Me and him used to be, we was left and right. We was right there beside each other.
Right.
I miss him.
Yeah.
Keith, let's get in the woods, brother.
we need to work on him, get him out there.
Yeah.
He's got it in him. He's just got a lot going on. You know?
Oh yeah. He's probably got more raw talent in that stuff than anybody does.
Man.
Any of us, anyway.
Well, you know, I took him out there in Hickman County, and I mean, he made a good shot, good clean shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
perfect heart shot, wasn't it?
Yeah. So deer run probably 30 yards and then dropped. You know.
He's fairly young when he done that too.
Yeah, he's probably, I'm gonna say he was 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was iron sights, I believe, too.
Yeah.
30-30?
Think so. Yeah.
Huh.
And matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, he killed that deer with the gun I killed my first deer with, 30-30.
Really?
And it belonged to my little brother. At the time, I'd sold it to him. You know, I wouldn't do it now for nothing.
Right.
But I mean, not that I didn't want him to have it, but it means a lot to me now. You
Absolutely.
know, more now than it did then, I guess. But I had borrowed it from Jeremy and Keith. If I'm not mistaken, Keith, I think he killed it with that same 30-30. Now I'm gonna confirm that with him, but I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I still got the 30-30 I killed my first deer with.
Wow.
I think I was gonna say I thought Amber killed her first one with it, but she shot hers with a crossbow.
Oh yeah, I remember. Hey, maybe Huntley killed her.
Oh
first,
yeah, definitely.
You know,
definitely.
and Easton.
And Easton,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be here. I'll never get rid of it. That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
It'll go down through the family.
Right. Yeah, that'll mean a lot to them too.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And it's just as good shape now as it was when we got it.
Man.
I've always took care of it, keep it clean and stuff.
Yeah, that's something that you can't replace right there.
No way. What kind of stuff did y'all take with y'all when y'all was young that you remember? Because I've got certain items that I remember we used to not go without. I got some notes here I'm looking at, and just wondering what your take on.
You know, we mostly, when we were young, I remember doing squirrel hunting a lot more than deer with Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And we were so little then, you know, we didn't carry a gun or nothing. He carried the gun then, but man, it seemed like when we went squirrel hunting over there, we didn't have anything. We just leave out and come back in a couple of hours, you know,
Yeah.
with a mess of squirrels.
Right.
And I remember him. He cut a limb and cut a little slit in their legs and slide their
Line 'em
legs up over that little stick.
Yeah.
And I remember sometimes, you know, we'd have 7 or 8 squirrels when we got back.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And, as far as supplies, man, we didn't hardly.
That's what I was thinking.
You know?
Same thing come out of your mouth. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, we'd go to Walmart on the way there. That's, this is when you could get bullets and stuff. You
Right.
can't hardly get them no more.
Right.
But we'd go to Walmart and I'd get one of them little 50 packs of
22.
it was 22. I think they were Thunderbolt. Thunder something.
Remington?
They were in a green box. Yeah.
Remington, I got a box of them at the house.
Really?
Yeah.
We used to go get one of them, man. That's all I had.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
We'd load up and
Yeah.
put our we had, at the time we had trash bags with all our camo and stuff in it. Wasn't no totes or none of that stuff.
Right.
Probably didn't have good camo.
It was the good old days, though,
Man, I wish we could go back to it.
I do too,
A
man.
lot of these kids nowadays, or not even kids, people my age think that you got to have Sitka camo and all that stuff.
$1,000 worth of gun.
Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't trade my. This is no lie. I wouldn't trade my $350, $400 gun for a $1,200
Ain't no
deer
way.
rifle.
No, I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't.
'Cause if I spent that much money on a rifle, I'd be scared to use it.
Right.
I don't want to use something that expensive.
And hey, we ain't got nothing against nobody,
No.
with a $high gun. But I'm just saying, as comfortable as I feel with my little Mossberg, I wouldn't spend $1,000 if you gave me $1,000 to go buy me a deer rifle. I wouldn't do it.
Well, look, there ain't nothing wrong with having a Kimber handgun if you
Right.
want to put it in the safe or whatever. But
Right.
my personal preference, I don't want to carry it on my side,
Right.
because it's a $1,200, $1,100 gun.
Right.
You don't want to scratch it up and beat it up and stuff. I want something I can throw around and
And
not be
use
afraid
it.
to use it.
Right. That's like my old. I crawl around on the floors,
Yeah.
working and it's just more practical,
Yeah. What do you carry?
Glock 23.
Glock 23. Carry Glock 19.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if you still carrying a Glock or not.
Yeah, I do. Over the years, I've mixed it up here and there and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I got a small one I put in my pocket every once in a while. But for the most part, I carry a Glock.
Yeah. Yes, me. I've had Smiths and a little bit of everything through the years, but
Right.
I tell you, this Glock is more practical than any of them.
Yeah.
As far as durability and accuracy, and I mean, I love it.
You know what you got.
Yeah, count on it.
That's right. So tell us the story. Tell us a big buck story, Brian. I know you got some.
Oh, let's see here. Well,
Everybody listening, we got like 2 books of notes here, and we've wrote everything down.
well, first, man, I just want to say congratulations on your youngin'.
I appreciate it, man.
I know you excited about it. Be glad to get his little butt out here in the
Oh,
woods.
man. I
Get
can't
him
wait.
going. It won't be long.
Can't wait.
It won't be long. He'll be. I almost say time he's 3. He'll be killing squirrels or birds or something.
Yeah, I've already got Huntley warmed up to it. She's not scared of shooting. That's
Right.
for sure.
She's a good shot too.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's succeeded her time so far.
Oh yeah, she really will. She'll be when she's able to hold that gun up. It won't be long.
yeah.
When she's strong enough to hold that gun
Yeah.
up, she'll be wanting to. She'll probably have a bigger buck than what I've got. Time she's 5.
I hear you. She already got to experience some stuff I've never seen in my life this year.
Right.
We was in stand, me, her, and Amber. Amber's, I think she was 8 months pregnant at the time. It was this year. And a buck come out chasing a doe, and Huntley got to sit there right in front of me. I was holding her ears for her the whole time.
Yeah.
I kind of pinned the gun on Amber. She wasn't supposed to shoot, but
Right.
Huntley got to watch all that, man.
Yeah.
I've never seen. We got to sit there and watch the buck breed the doe the full
Right.
9 yards.
Right. Yeah. That's. What is she? 2?
She's 2 years old.
2 years old.
Done been hunting probably 20, 30 times this year.
Hey, that'll make She'll make a hunter out of it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guarantee you, she'll be in there.
I'll never force it on her, but anytime she wants to go,
Right.
she knows it's just right down the road here.
I don't think you're gonna have to force it on her.
No, probably not.
It's in her blood.
Probably not. I'm gonna get her a BB gun here in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Let her start playing.
I seen one of them little crickets tonight. It was black. When I thought about her, I was like, man, that's what she needs right there.
That might have been my. I know that was my second gun. I had a
Well,
Marlin, but yeah, that was my second gun.
Yeah, they got them out there at Walmart, and they're light, man. They're
Yeah,
real lightweight.
perfect starter gun.
Yeah. If she had that, she would be.
Oh man,
She would be
She'd
dropping
love
something.
it, yeah. Go get her a pink one.
Yeah,
She'd really be in her glory.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, man, that'd be perfect if it was pink. It'd be perfect.
She's got her granddad, Amber's dad, got her a 17 HMR pink camo.
Really?
It's in the safe.
HMR.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never even. We don't even have any bullets for it yet. But
Yeah.
I've never even shot one.
Them are nice.
Yeah.
Them are good predator guns. They
That's
say.
what I hear. Yeah, that's what I hear.
Say the bullet's real flat.
Yeah.
It shoots really flat.
It's hard to believe you can knock a predator down. Which I mean, I know you kill a person can die with a BB gun. But
Right.
it's hard to believe that they're that deadly, that small of a bullet. You know.
They say they're a souped up 22 Magnum. That's
Really?
what they say. You ever seen one of the bullets?
I've seen one online. I've never held one or anything, but
They're mean looking.
Huh.
Yeah.
we're gonna see. Cause I'm gonna get some.
Yeah. Hey, I guarantee you'll be impressed. I've read a lot of good stuff about it.
Yeah. Let me break out the notes here. And we'll see what we can find on here. See if we can get some good stuff going. I know you like camping. I've got a funny story here. And it pertains to Rose. I think you mentioned her a while ago. I think it's the same Rose.
Yeah, my aunt. Yeah. Oh, I know this story. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
Motorcycle.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We first got that place over there that we hunt now, and I think it was the first summer that we had went up there, but we put some tents out and stuff right there in front of that old barn, and we was all camping. I think Rose was there, and her boyfriend and her husband at the time, I'm not sure, her daughter, and David Ward was over there.
Yeah.
And I had a little 50cc. I'll never forget this. I didn't want to let her ride it for nothing in the world.
You should have told her no.
I didn't want to, but I told her. I said she kept bothering me wanting to ride it, and I said, "No, I don't want you to ride it. I'm scared you're gonna hurt yourself." I wasn't worried about the motorcycle. I just didn't want her to hurt herself. But I think Dad or Mom or somebody told me just let her ride it, and she got on that thing, man. She got on that thing and she whiskey throttled it
Wide open.
and she didn't ride it. It rode her. But it hurt her pretty bad. It's really not funny. I shouldn't laugh, but I think it tore her knee up pretty bad.
Got her knee, I think.
Yeah. She had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
But that same day we was out there. I guess it was the same day. But I was out there next to a fire, and I was talking about camping. This is how I seen that note. But I was next to a fire, and we had marshmallows. I took the marshmallow and put it in the fire, and pulled it straight out and blew it, stuck it in my mouth.
Oh no.
Yeah, they got me good.
Oh, it blistered you, didn't it?
It burnt the whole side of my face, pretty much.
Oh man.
Down the side of my lip. I was in bad shape for a while.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff my parents used to let me do when I was a kid. You know what though? I didn't do it but once.
Yeah, that's right. You learned from that one, didn't you?
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
right. That's
I bet that was warm.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We're gonna do some camping this year, I hope.
Yeah, we need to.
I want to.
That's one thing that, well, ever since we went camping back in, was it was during gun season, I think, we camped.
Yeah, I remember when y'all went.
Yeah, it was gun season.
Middle of the year.
Yeah, yeah. Crystal, she's been wearing me out. She's wanting to go hunting. She's
I
wanting to
love
go camping. I told her, I said, hey, as soon as it gets warm, we'll go over here at Kevin's camp and fish.
Mm-hmm.
She said, well, why would we camp there? We 5 minutes from here. We live right down the road.
Yeah.
I said, it don't matter. You ain't got to come home just because you live 5 minutes down the road.
Right,
you know?
right.
I want to do some camping and fishing all night.
Oh yeah, get you a fire started, man.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Yes, sir.
That's when I was a kid, that's some of the funnest things I remember doing: camping and fishing and hunting.
Me too, man. We look forward to that like a Florida vacation, you know.
Yeah. Just work your way through school week just to get to the weekend.
Yeah. And it seemed like it took forever.
It did. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Now pressing tires, I guess it takes forever too, but it don't seem as bad as it used to
Right. Yeah, I remember we used to camp at every now and again we'd camp at Smith, Percy Priest.
Yeah.
I remember we camped at one time. I remember one time we camped at Cheatham Dam out there. You know, that's a good little story. We went with some of Dad's friends and Cheatham Dam campgrounds out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we it was late at night, and you know how kids are. I said, well, in Cheatham Dam, the lake, you got the lake on one side, and then there's some backup water on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And you drive through to go into the campgrounds through the middle of it. You know, water's on the right and backup water's on the left. But I seen a big old fish jump over there in that backup water, and we was fishing over here in the lake. You know,
Right.
and I seen that big old fish, and you know, I wanted to go over there because I seen that big old fish, and they was like, "You ain't gonna catch that fish," you know. And we went over there, and I want you to know, I caught a catfish. I mean, a hoss. I don't know. I couldn't tell you how big he was, but I sure did. I went over and throwed right where I seen that fish. Now I don't know if it was him, but I swear I did. I bet Scott remembers that. But and we got him up into the little shallow water there in the rocks, probably that deep of water.
Yeah.
And he flopped around, got off the hook.
Oh no.
Well, you know, we had him right there, but I mean, I didn't get him up on the bank, but
Yeah.
nice cat.
We never got to camp at the lake a lot when I was a kid. We did camp, but it was mostly on farms and stuff. But we used to go over there at Smith Springs, where we was talking about, and fish. You was talking about big catfish. I caught one on a Mickey Mouse pole. I was probably 5, 6, and I think he was 6 or 7 pounds at the time. That was big back when I was young.
Yeah.
You know, 6 or 7 pounds ain't nothing today.
Right.
When I was a kid, we really thought that was something.
Yeah.
I think I either poked myself. No, my dad poked me in the eye with a stick or something in the process of me getting him in.
Oh wow.
Not on purpose, of course.
Right.
Yeah, I remember all that stuff, man.
Talking about fish, not 7 or 8 pounds ain't much now. We used to, when I was probably 16, 17 years old, we would fish out there at Cheatham Dam, same place, but not on the campground side. We was on the opposite side where the dam is,
Mm-hmm.
and it's actually in Charlotte, Dixon.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And we would go out there and catch rockfish when they were running with Zebco 33.
That's
hose.
all we used to use.
You know,
Yeah.
and if you had a Zebco 33, you had the best
That's
there was.
it, yeah.
As far as
Right.
but we would catch those big old rockfish, and I say big. My biggest one back then, I think, was 8 or 9 pounds, and in that current, you catch them in the current.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be honest, I don't know if I could get one of them suckers in today on one of them poles.
Yeah.
One of them
Times are different.
Yeah.
Times are different.
They don't make them like they used to.
I don't
one
think so
thing.
either. No.
I remember we'd fish with live shad, and we'd throw out there as far as you get it out there, and just click your closed face reels. Just click your button, and you had a sinker on there because you
Right.
needed to get it as far as you could. When them but anyway, it would carry that sinker down and that shad, and it'd get out there, and you could just about tell every time. And that old pole,
Go to bending.
it'd go to bending on you, and I mean bending on you, in that current.
Right.
And it was a fight, boy. It was
Yeah.
on. But I remember me and Michael one time we caught our limit. We caught our limit one night. I don't know if I ought to be telling this story on here or
It's
not.
not your limitations. It's over there. You should be all right.
But a lot of people probably know exactly where I'm talking about out there at Cheatham Dam. But we was down there on the rocks fishing, and there was a guy standing at the top of the steps there's steps that go way down there,
Mm-hmm.
and he was standing there. We kept noticing him standing there in plain clothes,
Watching y'all. Huh?
He wasn't plain clothes.
Yeah.
He watching us. And there was another guy down there fishing with us that we didn't know, and we had our limit plus one, and I went up to the car to get something, and he asked me for my license and everything, and then he come down there and checked our fish, and we had our limit plus one, and we told him it belonged to that other guy. He didn't believe us. He made us throw it back.
Yeah.
But he made us throw the biggest one back. You believe that?
Oh, really?
Sure did.
That's dirty.
Yeah.
So he kept his green jeans in the car.
He did. He's standing up there like this with his arms crossed. Watched this for 30 minutes.
Yeah. We had one get us like that too, me and Mark. I know you know the story.
Yeah.
We was up in Hickman County, and this has been, I think it was 2015, something like that, 2016. It was a long time ago. We was sitting over there hunting and stuff in the fields, and Tim's got that property across the road over there.
Yeah.
So I think the week before or whatever, we seen a big buck over there. So we was leaving out. It was right after dark, and Mark had his flashlight. We didn't have no guns in the truck or nothing that was loaded. They was all in the back of the truck. But Mark had his flashlight, and he wanted to shine the light in the field just to see if he seen him,
Yeah.
It was right across the road.
It's hard to resist.
That was the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
It's probably rolling about 5 miles an hour, and there's a big graveyard right there on the side of that hill.
Right.
And apparently, the game wardens like to hide up in that graveyard and watch the roads and catch road hunters, which is 100% like it.
Right.
They probably do way more good than they done bad by pulling us over. But
Right.
yeah, he was sitting there watching us the whole time, I guess. And as soon as that light come on, man, our worlds turned blue. He got us good. Mark, I love you, man. Yeah, as soon as them lights come on, Mark threw the flashlight up on the dash. It scared the piss out of him. He said, "Oh my God!"
He knew it was on, didn't
Yeah. We had a good couple months out of that one. We had to go to court a couple times. They ended up dropping it, but we didn't have a gun.
Right.
No bad intentions. We just
Right.
want to see the deer.
Right.
We made a little small donation to TWRA.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Good times.
That's it, man. At the time, that was the worst thing we had going on. But now it's funny to look back at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's why it pays to be. It pays to be straight up with them. I mean, I know y'all was straight up. But I'm just saying, it can cause you a lot of trouble.
Absolutely. That's the only way to be, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no use in going out and doing this stuff illegal. It's too easy to do it right.
Yeah.
You don't want to teach your kids the wrong way to do it.
Right.
I've been watching some YouTube videos and some podcasts of a guy called the Prince of Poachers. I don't know if you've looked him up or not.
I did. I watched him a little bit since you've been talking about it.
I don't agree with what he done.
Right.
But man, is it entertaining.
He's got some good stories, man.
This is entertaining. Goodness.
I was watching one other night with it, where he was on somebody's land hunting some ranchers.
Yeah.
And evidently out there in Texas they got some big old cactuses with.
I know what you're fixing to say. Yeah.
And he said he jumped. He said that they was right on him before he knowed it.
Mm-hmm.
He jumped down there in them cactuses, and he said they rode up on him.
Yeah.
They rode up on him and didn't even know he was in there. Mm-hmm. He stayed in there for a while till they got.
He said 4 hours, I believe.
Was it 4 hours?
Yeah.
My goodness. But he was
in cactus with the needle stuck all in it for 4 hours.
Yeah. And I guess they got some kind of leaves or something where he was down under. But he said he could hear the horses breathing. Mm-hmm. They was right on him.
Yeah, they finally got him though.
Did they?
Yeah,
they didn't get him that night.
Not that night.
Yeah.
No, they got him after a while. He's got a part 2 coming out, supposedly a book and stuff. Yeah. I'm waiting for that one.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like I said, I don't agree with it, but I do. It is entertaining.
Right. He's got a lot of. He'd go in there and stay for a month.
He said he stayed for 28 days one time.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. And
didn't take much food or nothing with him.
Wow, man. That's serious.
Yeah.
That's serious.
And I know he killed some deer at night, but I don't think he done a lot of night hunting and stuff. He was just where he wasn't supposed to be mostly.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he was. He's entertaining.
Yeah, he's got a
That's
lot of
for
good
sure.
ones, boy.
We don't. I don't really got no stories like that. We done anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have killed extra deer or something here and there, and but nothing. Statute of limitations is way up on that too.
Right.
No, we do it by the books now. That's the only way to be.
Right.
Yeah. We gotta get James on the woods this year.
We got to, and he's talking like he's gonna do it. So I'm excited about that. I hope he does. And I thought about maybe try to break him in with some turkey hunting, maybe a little bit of turkey hunting, squirrel hunting. Mm-hmm. But I fixed some of my deer over there the other night, and he was all for it, man. He tried it, liked it. That's a good sign.
Oh yeah, that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
There's some people that don't eat the meat and stuff, and that's fine.
Right.
But eating the meat adds a whole nother level to it.
It does, and if you don't like it, my experience, most people, if they don't, I'm not gonna say don't like it. Most people that don't like it, they don't try it.
Either don't try it or hadn't had it prepared right.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're one of those folks, you most likely not gonna hunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're most likely not. But Jameson, he's showing signs like he might like to get out there and try it. And if he don't like it, that's okay. But
absolutely.
I really feel like he will. I really feel like he will.
For everybody that don't know, J-Mo is Brian's son. I think you got a story why you quit hunting for a while with him, don't you?
Yeah. So when Jameson was young, I'm gonna say 5 or 6, and he's still a real big animal lover. He loves animals, any kind of animals. He's a big animal lover. But I would say when he was 5 or 6, I was hunting, and he made me promise that I wouldn't kill no more deer.
Yeah.
and I held my promise to him until he got old enough to understand what it was about. But when he got on up older, we talked about it, and he understood it, and he was all for it.
Yeah.
But he when he was young, his little mind wouldn't go there. You know what I mean?
I understand.
He couldn't. So I told Crystal, I said, well. She said, what are you going to do? I said, I ain't going to hunt.
Call it quits for a while.
Yeah. But, because he was strong on it. He was strong on it. He didn't care. He didn't care one way or the other. But, but J-Mo, he didn't like it. So, but yeah, now he's all for it.
Got a little older and got to understand everything, how it works.
Yeah. And I feel like he'll, this summer, we're gonna get him out. I'm gonna get him out there and try to get him fishing more.
Yeah.
Last summer, took him fishing, and he wasn't fishing a lot, but he was sitting over there with his mama, and I noticed every time she'd catch a fish, he'd take it off. Mm-hmm. Every time she needed her hook baited, he'd bait it. Didn't need my assistance at all. Yeah. So I was like, it's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting there.
He's one of them type of people that if he gets into it, he's probably going to be really, really good at it.
Yeah.
He's, really good.
Yeah. He'll give it his all.
Uh-huh.
He will.
Uh-huh.
A little story about him. Whenever he's probably 8 or 9, my brother lives right over here in Unionville. It's right down the road from me.
Mm-hmm.
We was talking about it the other night. He's got a big old pond behind his house.
Yeah.
And so we had some canoes out there, and I took Jameson out in that canoe. And we was fishing, and I was fishing. He wasn't fishing, and I got something on, and it felt pretty nice,
Right.
I gave the pole to him. Oh boy, he thought for sure, that canoe was rocking, a little bit.
I'd probably do the same thing.
He thought for sure, and he could feel that fish, and it was a nice fish. He could feel it on the end of that pole. He thought for sure it was going to turn that boat over, pull him in the water. He kept saying, it's going to pull me in the water. I said, no, it ain't. I'm not going to let it pull you in the water. But I made him, and he was mad at me, boy. He was mad at me, but he reeled it in and ended up being a big old turtle. I got a picture of him when we got up on the bank, and He was, oh boy. No, he done got over it by then. He was laughing about
Yeah.
it, but yeah, boy. He'll still tell you. He said, "You gonna let that fish pull me in the water, wouldn't you?"
He's funny.
Yeah, he's a trip.
Yeah. Old J-Mo. My dad caught a huge turtle out there at the pump station one day. I think it was my dad. It was either my dad or my mom. They hooked it and got it up to the top of the water. It was like the size of a car hood or something. It was something crazy.
Wow, yeah.
And then snapped the line, went back down, and snapped the line.
I remember catching. You know, I think that place is known for big turtles.
I think it was too.
Jimmy my uncle. He caught a big turtle out there.
Really?
Yeah, really big. And you know, of course, we was little then, and everything was bigger then.
Yeah.
It seemed bigger, but best I remember, it was huge.
Huh.
It was huge.
That backup water right there, man. Whenever it fills up with water, because a lot of times it's dry.
Right.
But when it fills up with water and they start cycling all that waste,
Yeah.
all kind of stuff comes
Oh
up in
yeah.
there.
Yeah. I was thinking a minute ago when we was talking about it. I've been back over here since I've been married, so it was probably 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But me and him went over there. My uncle went over there one night, sat out there all night and fished.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't even think we caught anything at night. But yeah, a lot of good memories over there. We used to wear that place out, boy.
Oh, we did too.
Yeah.
We did too. We used to go. Me and a buddy of mine. He's talking about turning the boat over a while ago. It reminded me of something. We used to go to Old Hickory Dam, Lock C, below the dam.
Yeah.
We'd go up there and catfish, man, and we'd catch some giant fish. But we were up there one day. It was me and my brother, one of his buddies. I want to say it was somebody else. Had to be somebody else. I think it was my uncle. But we were there, and there was these guys in a big old boat and big nice equipment. And at the time, we still pretty simple. We didn't have
Right.
the stuff we got now, you know.
Yeah. Right.
But they rolled up in this nice equipment and went to one spot, anchored up, and below the dam,
Yeah.
anchored up, and threw these big, huge poles out.
Yeah.
Like they knew something
On a
was
mission.
going on. Yeah. So we're sitting there looking at them, and I didn't know what they were trying to catch, but man, they hooked into something, and it was like a shark pole. I mean,
Big
it
boy.
was serious. And they hooked into something, and that pole bent completely over that boat. And they were sitting down, and they take turns fighting him and carrying on. Man, they ended up having three or four poles in the boat, and they had big treble hooks on them. And they'd get a little bit of ground on the fish, drop a treble hook down there and hook into him, and try to pull him up with 2 or 3 different poles.
Wow.
He ended up breaking every pole they had in the boat. I don't know what it was, but he broke the rods on every pole they had, broke all the lines, and got loose.
Wow.
Yeah. We talked to him a little bit after that, and we was docking back up. They said they think it was a big flathead. I think they knew more than they was telling us,
Yep.
but
They didn't want nobody else on it.
they didn't have to
Bro.
worry because we wasn't getting him in anyway, whatever
Right.
it was, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
You hear a lot of stories like that. I think there's some fish out there at Old Hickory, particularly, but that are humongous.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I've heard stories. My granddaddy, he used to know a lot of commercial fishermen. He had a lot of fish fries, and he would buy from the same guys a lot. And I remember some stories, man. That a lot of stories like that. It just even at Percy Priest Dam, it's just huge catfish that people seen and wasn't able to get them in, wasn't able to land them.
Oh, there's been multiple outhooked below that dam out there that I don't know how big they were, but man, I couldn't do nothing with them.
Yeah.
I had one straighten a hook out on me one time.
Wow.
Yeah, straighten it plumb out.
That's when you get them and does that, it's you had something with weight behind it.
You can tell we're getting closer to fishing season. That's all we're getting on right now.
Man, I've been ready for a while.
Oh yeah.
Them last few hunts, I was sitting in the deer stand thinking about it.
It's weird how toward the end of the year it starts switching.
Yeah.
I was telling my boss yesterday. He's talking. We went to the creek for just a second yesterday and fished, and I was telling him usually about this time of year I catch the fever, and I can't get rid of it till September.
Yep. Well, hopefully we can do some wading this year. I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to.
We got some good spots up here by us.
Yeah, man. I used to go. We used to go in the Harpeth down here, but right off 96. But I think they built some homes and stuff in there. And I don't even think you can get in there. I know one spot that they built a house, and I used to drive down. It's like a little road, you know, but there's a house right there now, and the people may be okay with it. I don't know.
I think I know what you're talking about. You go off into their yard kind of when you get to the end of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and Amber done it on accident a month or so, or no, it's been longer than that, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
We done it on accident trying to get to, it looks like a little dam or something that we were trying to get to.
This one is right off of Cox Road, off of 96, you know.
I'm pretty sure that's the same thing.
Yeah. So it's a little cabin there now. It's got like a copper looking roof on it. You can't miss it.
I think it.
Yeah, it's probably the same spot.
I think it is.
We used to pull down in there and wade going towards 96, back, not coming back this way, but going the opposite way. And man, we would catch red-eye bass. You know, we wouldn't eat them or nothing, but they just like fun to catch. But we would catch them one after another.
Man, they'll be in some weird spots.
Yeah.
That little creek right there by where I work at, I passed over that thing for 2 years, and I've never been a big creek fisherman. I've always just catfish, you know.
Right.
But I passed over it for 2 years, and finally one day I said, I wonder if there's any fish in there. So me and David Harper, we went down there and threw some lures out.
Surprised you didn't.
And I think I had crawdad lures, what I started out with. You know, I didn't know nothing about it. And I caught like a 2-pound smallmouth. Yeah. And it's been on ever since.
Yeah. Those crawdad lures is what we was using up here in the Harpeth.
Really?
And they love them, man.
Yeah.
They love them.
I've been using Nico Helgramites. They tear them things up too.
Yeah.
Kind of just let them sink down through the water column real slow, weightless.
I've never used those.
They're pretty good, and you can't tear them up.
Yeah.
I probably caught 15, 20 fish on one before.
You ever had any luck with those weedless worms?
I've used them a few times. Not particularly at this creek, but yeah, I've used them a few times, and I like them. I like how the motion works and everything.
Yeah. So if you're leaving Eagleville and you're going towards Nashville, Kirkland, you know where Kirkland is right there.
Yep.
So there's a little vegetable stand, fruit stand on your left. Right behind that, over the hill, there's a hill back there. If you look right over that hill, you can't see it, but it's right directly. As soon as you top that hill, you'd be able to see it. There's a pond back there.
Right.
And we were allowed to fish back there, and this one guy, he messed that all up for us. He went back there and took his truck. Got drinking too much.
Oh no.
Started doing donuts back there in the man's field. We couldn't. But anyway, my point was we used those weedless worms there. I caught the biggest bass I probably ever caught there.
Really?
About a 5-6 pound bass with a weedless worm, and you could. I might have told you about this. I was telling somebody, but you could when you cast out, you could see a V come up behind that
Coming
lure,
to it.
and then it just splash, you know, when they hit it.
Right.
It's the best feeling ever, man.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing like it.
Yeah,
ain't nothing like it. I was at that creek last year, and I had a red crawdad colored rooster tail, pretty big size one. I don't remember exactly the size, but anyway, I was throwing out, and man, I hooked into something I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So I just walked towards it as I was reeling. Ended up being about a 5 or 6 pound smallmouth out of that little tiny creek.
Wow.
But it's on my YouTube video. He got off right at my feet.
Right.
I got my thumb in his mouth, and I had a GoPro, so you can see some of this. But got my thumb in his mouth, and as soon as I touched him, he went crazy and broke my line.
Yeah. You probably wasn't prepared for a 5 or 6 pound.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was looking for maybe a pound or two fish. I didn't think nothing about nothing that big. You know.
Yeah.
I think I had 2 pound test line or 4 pound test line or something like that. Something stupid.
See, that's another. You know, I had forgotten about fishing back there, but that's another time that it would have been so good to have video, man.
Oh yeah.
A lot of nice bass come out there. We put them all back, but just a lot of good fish come out of there. That would have been good on film.
There's not a whole lot of places like that out there no more.
Right.
Well, not that I know of.
Right.
I'm sure there is somewhere, but
there's some roads that I need to take you on back here. I ain't gonna name no names.
Yeah,
right
don't.
now, but that I just remembered that we done some good wading in
Really?
Yeah, it's not too far from
We're
my
gonna
house.
check that out.
Yeah, we need to check that out. And like I said, don't know if you can get in there anymore. But that's where my buddy, I told you, he caught a big old bass and got it right up to the bank, and he opened his mouth and spit that little brim out.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And yeah, he caught, I mean, a nice brim. It was a nice brim, but that big old bass opened his mouth up and spit that brim out right as we was pulling it up.
So he caught the brim, and the bass ate the brim.
And we didn't even know he caught the brim, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah,
So, yeah, that's
yeah.
they're aggressive, man.
Stuff like that you don't never forget. You know what I mean?
No,
That's
it don't
good.
happen enough to
Right,
forget.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, bass fishing, man, it's fun. I want to do more of that this year.
There's a time and a place where I like going and sitting on the bank and relaxing, and maybe
Yeah.
at the pond or whatever.
Right.
Start your fire.
Right.
But as far as excitement, it's just hard to beat that
Seriously.
creek stuff.
Nothing like it, man.
No, it
Nothing
ain't.
like it.
Man,
We
I
need
wish
to-
it was daylight. I'd take off right now and go on.
We need to find us some good spots around
Yeah.
here. But I wouldn't mind going down there to your work, doing it down there. where
Y'all
you're
too,
close
man.
to. Yeah,
It's a good spot. Get you some waders. It don't really go over probably 4 or 5 foot deep
right,
at the deepest spots, which I stay out of them. But
right.
yeah, it's I went down there last year one day. I went over there, got there about daylight, and I think I caught 15 or 16 fish
Man,
in 4 or 5 hours.
a lot of fun. Boy.
Yeah, and I'm not an experienced bass fisherman. I do
Right.
not know what I'm doing. I'm just
Right, me neither. That's I mean, I've done it since I was young, but as far as getting serious and knowing the best, I don't. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not.
if I can
I
catch
just
2 or
love
3
doing it.
fish, I'm happy.
Yeah, yeah. I just love doing it. I like to watch bass jump up out of the water.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
ain't nothing like it.
Man, yeah,
I'll tell you something else I like doing. Skipjack fishing. You ever done that?
never done it.
Below them down. I'm surprised you ain't caught one. Being below them down and stuff.
My brother that lives up there, I've heard him talk about it a lot,
Yeah.
but I've never done it.
Yeah, man. I just take you some crappie jigs, tie 3 or 4 of them on, sling them out there, and
Catch
they
2
tear
or 3
them
at a
off.
time.
Yeah. For a while, I had a state record in the freezer that I'd caught.
Wow.
But you know, they're a bait fish. Nobody really
Right.
turns them in. I'm sure there was bigger ones caught, but it was over 2 pounds.
Wow.
And the record was 1.5, I believe, at the time.
Man.
Or 1 3/4.
Old
It was-
Hickory.
Yeah, below Lock C.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right there at the mouth of, I guess, is it the Cumberland?
I think so. Yeah. It'd be
I guess it's Cumberland, yeah.
It wouldn't be the Tennessee. No, it's
No, it's Cumberland, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there, man.
I know my brother and them, they live out there, but they fish out of a boat
Hmm.
in the Cumberland, but they catch, man, 40, 50 pound catfish out there.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the biggest one you've ever caught? Probably at the pond. Huh?
It's your pond, yeah. It's probably, I want to say, the one I caught year before last was, Ray said that, well, Crystal's was 26 and mine was bigger than hers, so a little bit bigger than hers. So
Yeah.
Ray said he thought it was 30 pounds. We didn't weigh it, but he said it was every bit of 30 pounds.
It's a pretty good fish.
Yeah, yeah.
Biggest one I ever caught was down at Big Whiskers. First time we went down there, we pulled in late. I think the tournament was fixing to start or whatever. We never knew what it was like, so we didn't even get in the tournament. We just went down there to fish. We got there, and I threw old Zip Code 33 out for my cousin, and just had a worm on it, I believe, a
Yeah.
small hook, and threw it out 4 or 5 foot off the bank, and she starts screaming, and I look at her, and she didn't know what to do. So she says, "Here, Kevin, take it."
Yeah.
And on the other end was I think it was either 44 or 64 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, my mom tried to buy it because you could buy it by the pound,
Yeah.
buy fish by the pound, and he didn't want to sell it to us. The owner didn't.
Oh, man.
He
Yeah.
shut that down pretty quick. But in return, that's how we got our pond stocked with big fish like
Yeah.
it is because he didn't want to sell that one, so he agreed just to stock our pond.
Yeah.
You know, we pay him to stock it,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it worked
Yeah.
out.
Heck yeah. So didn't even get in the tournament and then ended up
No.
catching. Probably would have won the tournament if
I
you'd
would have. Yeah, I'd have won it, man. It's a shame I didn't get in it. But the guy sitting next to me, he was in it. I think he had the lead with like a 20.5 pounder or something like that. He was tore all to pieces.
Wow.
He thought it was done. But yeah,
You had that beat.
I looked over at him when I got him up on the bank. I said, "Don't worry, man. I ain't in the tournament."
Music to his ears.
That's it. Yeah. That's probably a $300 or $400 payday for him.
Man.
Yeah, they bite good down there though.
I ain't been but a couple times, but I caught the what was that fish I caught down there when we went down there for that tournament? It was a
Tilapia.
Tilapia.
Yeah.
Biggest tilapia I ever seen anybody catch.
Yeah, I've never even caught one of them.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And I didn't know what it. I was like, what is that? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a picture of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they put those in there with the catfish. I guess they ate them. I don't know.
I don't know.
Guess
That's
catfish
probably
eat
the
'em.
reason for it, I'd say. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good eating, ain't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daddy loves them. He loves them.
Speaking of eating, I think I'm gonna run in here in the house, man. We'll wrap this up. Go in here and get us a bite to eat or something.
Sounds good to me.
We'll have to come back and do it again. We got plenty more to talk about. We didn't even touch on our notes.
I didn't even get. I marked 2 lines off.
Right.
No man. That's it.
Well, we'll definitely come back. We got plenty more to talk about. And guys, take a kid hunting and fishing. It's simple as that. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all be safe out there and get in the woods or the water. See y'all later.